this is where we are. Everyone is level 77. Argus and Sarah have their HP maxed out. Sarah also has her MP maxed out. Stella also has her MP maxed out. Definitely feel like I'm a little over-leveled. Hey, how's it going? Are you the one who's been responsible for all these random encounters? Do you remember me? I was once known as a Knight of Cornelia. Alright, so returning to our roots, are we? 2,000 years from now, you killed me. I am Garland. Alright, that's right. We went back in time, didn't we? Oh, you did defeat me then. But the four great forces saved me by sending me back through time. Okay, who did that? And I'm gonna have to give them a talking to after this fight. Once here, I sent the four fiends into the future, where they shall once again use the four great forces to send me into the past. This is unnecessarily confusing. In 2,000 years, I will remember none of this. Right. Garland, can we just, like, stop messing with the space-time continuum? I will be reborn again here, so even as you die and die again, I shall return, born again into this endless circle that I have created. Yeah, that's time loops. That's why you really shouldn't mess with time travel, because you can very easily create time loops. Anyway, this is a very fancy battle background, is it? I like it. I give the music my 2 thumbs up of approval as well. So let's see. Let's start off by attacking you. Let's start off because I don't know what you're gonna do by casting defensive spells on everyone. And Sarah, we're gonna figure out what your biggest damaging spell is right now. Blizzaga. Okay, that's one of mine. I'd like it if you didn't use my own weapons against me. So if you're gonna do that, maybe I should use magic defense spells instead of physical defense ones. So actually, for that matter, do they differentiate in this game? I think they do, right? Defense. There's always evasion. Fire damage. Where's the whole party? Oh, you know what? I can do that. That'll cost more MP, but that'll be, you know, my whole party instead of just one. Alright. How much damage did Blizzaga do? I wasn't looking. I really need to pay attention when I cast spells to see how much damage it does. 239. Okay, that's definitely respectable. It's not like that was a waste of time. Let's see. Argus, already getting down there in the health. You've taken a couple hits, have we? I can also, I guess I might as well do the evasion thing. Which one was the evasion? I had an evasion, right? Oh, Invisra. That's evasion. Let's see, so 239 is what Blizzaga was doing. Thundaga. Okay, 100, 150 coming from those two. Not terrible. And Thundaga is going to do 207. Alright, so a little bit less. We're gonna guess that they're both, like, neutral hits or something like that. Stella really needs to start healing people. Really could use a little bit of that healing magic. It's also possible that, like, Holy is another attack that I could use on you that might do a lot of damage. If I can get through... Ooh, no, Argus. No, Argus, bad. For whatever reason, Chaos really has it up for Argus over here. If I can get through Sarah's turn... let's see, let's use a Phoenix down. Where's my Phoenix down? On you. Let's just see what Holy does. I think I also have a specific one that, like... damage from spells by half. I should probably use that too. Did I have one that targeted the undead? Anyway. Let's try Holy. Let's try, I'll go back to Blizzaga. Seems that you don't have any particular elemental weakness to any of Stella's attacks, and you were just doing, like, damage based on the attack's base power or something like that. Okay, that was 360. That was a lot. Definitely worth using Holy on you if I can, but I think. Do I have any cross potions? I do. I have 3 of those. Argus, you can have one of those. Wedge is probably faster. Let's see. If I can use that to nullify some of the magic damage that you'll be doing, I can hopefully take less damage, have to heal less often, and go back to using Holy on Stella. Honestly, like, if I had in this game, like, 2 white mages and 2 black mages, I feel like I would have been done with a lot of fights a lot faster. Should keep that in mind next time. That did not fully restore my HP. I want a refund on that cross potion. That cross potion was defective. Alright. In that case, it says fully restores HP, but it definitely didn't do that. In that case, we can use regular high potions. I'll also use Null All on Wedge, because Wedge was taking a lot of damage from magic. And then I think Stella will also get one, and I'm not terribly worried about Sarah, because she has max HP and she seems to be taking reduced damage from magic, so I'm not terribly worried about her. I'll have Sarah do other things instead of buffing herself when it gets down to that. Blaze. It's a different attack animation than I've seen. Alright. So Sarah and Stella took some damage from that, but not as much as the other two, and the other two took less damage from that than they were taking earlier, so guess that works out. Healaga is the most effective healing move I have right now. And what's that? Is that slow? Whatever it was, it missed. I'm glad it missed. Okay, so let's do this. I'm suddenly less interested in what my attackers are doing, because they're kind of on autopilot, and most interested in what Sarah's doing, because she's the one who is kind of the fate of this battle is hinging on, I think. I'll do another Healaga, even though I don't really need it. Alright, Magic. Blizzaga. Sarah, I'm keeping an eye on her MP too. I did fill up on it before, not too long ago, before getting into this fight. So, alright, you know what, maybe I will buff everyone else's magic defense too. So it should be good for a while. Healaga isn't quite as expensive as Blizzard, or Blizzaga, or whatever it is. Attack. Null All, give you some of that. And has the evasion move really done anything? Because I feel like the evasion move hasn't really done anything for me. I don't think I've missed any attacks that I would have anyway. The stop, like the slow time whatever move missed on Sarah, but I'm pretty sure that was because I'm like level 77 instead of level much lower than that. Yeah, I guess we'll finish off the set with Stella there. Alright, once again, the offensive characters are on autopilot. Tsunami, that's a new one. Is that like the ultimate water move? Blaze was the ultimate fire move. Oh, you know what I didn't do before this fight? I don't think I healed. I don't think I saved. Probably should have done that. Just in case I do die. Just in case I do die, I probably should have saved before coming in here. But it's too late for that, so I'll just have to try really hard not to save. Not to die. Because I don't want to have to redo the last 2 hours. Okay. What was that one? Is that the ultimate wind attack? I guess that was the ultimate wind attack. Alright, so Argus is getting low on HP again. We do need some healing here. Good timing, Sarah. Do that a couple more turns. And I do have a Mega Elixir, which is full HP, full MP on everyone, although if the Cross Potion was any indication, I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually going to get full HP, full MP from those items, but it is an option. That's going to be another Blizzaga. Most of your single target attacks seem to be going for Wedge. I am not aware that there's any sort of aggro stat, and in any case, if there was, I would think that Stella would be the one who's going to be targeted the most, because she's been doing the most damage. Unless it's like the heavier armor increases your likelihood of being attacked or something, but... Alright, I will not heal on this turn, and I will drop a Holy just for a little bit of extra magic damage. Alright, as soon as I say that, Stella takes a wallop to the face. Let's try to avoid that next time, Stella. Extra Holy damage, 370. Not bad. Some ice damage, 230, so that was about, what, 600 damage that turn? Not counting whatever those two physical attackers did, not bad. Shipping away. If, I don't know how much HP the Fiends had on the rematches. I looked it up, and Tiamat had, what, 2,000 HP on her first battle? I'm guessing that you can't possibly have more than, like, 10,000 HP. So, if I'm doing consistently, let's say averaging 300 damage per turn, then that'll be about 30 turns until this fight is over. Math? That doesn't sound too bad. About by the time that I'm out of MP on Stella, the battle should be over, if that is the case, if that assumption is correct. Hopefully it'll be a little bit before then. Alright, so what was that? Blaze? Took the Volcano move, the ultimate fire move. That I don't have access to. Very jealous. Okay. We should be about fully healed. My party is fully healed, so at this point, I think Sarah can have a turn or two using Holy. And that should accelerate the outcome of this fight a little bit. As long as you don't pull anything weird, stupid, scary, super powerful instant death move out of your back pocket. Oh, are you kidding me? 999 healing. Is that a, is that a tell that that's how much HP you had, and you fully restored it? That's it. Oh boy, I've got some of this game to replay now. So I've replayed this fight a few times. I get the feeling that this is going better than before. I'm doing a lot more damage. I've used a bunch of buffing moves, both defensively and this time offensively, Temper and Haste on Argus, which raise my attack and also the number of hits I get in, which also, as a side effect, raises my attack, which actually allows Argus to do a lot of damage, which is nice. Wedge is kind of still being backup Black Mage, which I mostly mean healing himself, which is not the most helpful. Sarah is largely spamming Holy, and Stella is largely spamming Blizzaga as before. And it seems to be going a little bit better. You did get off that one healing move, but it seems that that's not something that you can just use constantly because you haven't done it again. I'm definitely dealing probably close to 1,000 damage per round on an average round, and I don't know how much HP you have still in total, but if you keep doing dumb stuff, like trying to use slow and not being able to use slow, then I should be able to rack up the damage total pretty quickly. I haven't been counting, because why would I do that? That Faraga is a bit annoying, but with the special defense buff, that wasn't doing multiple hundreds of damage to multiple party members, so that's pretty good. Wedge, backup White Mage. Let's see. I've used one Mega Elixir so far, so basically a full reset on my side of the battle. fully healing my HP on everyone, and also fully healing my MP on everyone. Hopefully I won't have to do much more of that. I've got one more just in case I need it. This is, in all likelihood, the end of the game, so wasting them is not my biggest concern. And if I cut back to the fight a little bit too early, then oh well. Hopefully I'll be able to just like ad-lib my way through this. So, where are we? I mean, not like in physical space. I can see that we're actually in space, and I did comment on how I liked that before and how it looks quite cool. But in terms of the battle, where are we? I think I started this with 80 high potions. I'm down to like 55 now. So I've got some capability of just stalling things out further. I'd like to not stall things out further. I'm predicting that the first half of this fight would have been, hopefully more than the first half of this fight would have been, like, just cut away, sped through, for the sake of time, because I don't know how much longer this is going to take. Alright, so... Boy, I haven't even been really paying attention to make sure that Argus is, still doing as much damage as he was. I don't know if these buffs wear off or not after a certain time. I can see that my evasion buff does not seem to be wearing off because I'm still blinking. But I really have no idea. Alright, is that one of the scarier ones? Ooh, okay, that almost was a problem. Probably should dedicate the next turn to healing on Sarah's, because Sarah can do a little bit more healing than Wedge can over there. Unless, of course, we end the fight on this turn, which would be lovely, but I'm not going to count on it. Yeah, I didn't end the fight that turn. Yeah, unfortunately, one heal log is not going to be quite enough to bring Sarah out of that, like, makes me nervous range. Okay, good. Wedge gets to go first. Chaos seems pretty fast. He's been going first a lot. And if I didn't get to go first, I think Sarah would be dead right now, so the RNG worked out in my favor that time. Ooh, would have just barely survived. So 400 damage from Argus. Not the 600 that I saw you doing earlier. Again, I don't know if these buffs wore off or not, or if there's just a very large random amount of, like, random variation in how much damage I can do. Do I want to heal again, or do I want to go back to spamming Holy? I want to go back to spamming Holy, because if you use, if you decide to go and use that Kiraga move again, assuming you can, I don't know if that's just a one-time thing that you do, that's gonna make this fight really, really annoying. Alright. Like, you've got Blizzaga, Firaga, and Thundaga, and then you've also got, it seems, even better versions of all those moves, which I should probably pay attention to. Although, you don't seem to be using the better versions all that often. It's hard to tell. Come on, just die already, though. Seriously. You're not dying. Well. Alright, this will be a Healaga turn. Ooh, physical attack. Wow, okay. 700. Do I take that to mean that your defense buffs did wear off? That our defense buffs did wear off? Because you were not doing that much damage before. This is gonna be really hard to come back from. Would this be another good time to use another, I'm not, like, completely down to the wire, but would this be a good time to use another Mega Elixir? I'll use my other Mega Elixir here. I don't think the Cyclone will finish me. Alright, Cyclone didn't finish me. I will be using the Mega Elixir here. And hopefully Sarah will be able to, like, get all of her buffs back. Jesus, it's a lot of damage you took there. Yeah, reset button on the whole battle. I am, as it happens, level 77 again, by the way. Not because I tried to go out of my way to, like, level grind or anything, but because I, kinda may have gotten lost, for Terra. May have gotten lost a little bit in, one of the floors and ran around in circles for a while and fought a bunch of excessive random encounters. Okay. 59 damage. Should I use Temper on Wedge? I feel like doubling the number of hits that Wedge gets in isn't really gonna accomplish a lot. Especially since Wedge isn't gonna be really attacking that much anyway. Take him down already. Alright. High Potion on Argus. Your defense buff didn't last all that long, did it? I've also got Null All, which is going to be magic defense, and I think after that, Sarah goes back to spamming Holy. Ow. Really? Okay. That's also not extremely fun. I didn't even see how much Argus did there because I got distracted. Phoenix down. I've also got... I got some item that'll fully restore HP and MP, right? That might be... Maybe I should have just taken a turn on Sarah. You're down to 185. Did your attack buff wear off? Can we kill you already? No? Earthquake? Okay, that seems to be a guaranteed miss. I've never seen Earthquake hit. I don't know what that's about. Let's see, items. Cross Potion fully restores HP. I already used Protera, didn't I? So that should have raised everyone's defense, and that should have been like, still it doesn't immediately telescope when hit in the face by a physical attack, right? I don't know. I sort of have been getting the feeling that your attack goes up every turn, too. Not sure if that's really, what do I want? Let's go with Temper and Haste again on Argus. Not sure if that's really what's going on or not. Okay, so you're still doing 16 hits, so I don't need Haste on Argus, but... Oh, I just wasted that cross potion, didn't I? Yeah. Spilled that one all over the floor. Wedge. Oh, I've got 2 other cross potions, should I need them? Okay, use the Blizzard spell. That hurt a little bit. That could have hurt more. Okay, there we go! Finally! And so begins the tradition of Final Fantasy final bosses being way too irritating to take down compared to everything else in the game. I've heard stories about the hours-long Final Fantasy X boss fights. I'm not looking forward to that. Might actually do some research ahead of time to see if there's a way to, like, make that not take quite so long, but... Yeah, I've seen those back in the days of the, like, 11-minute YouTube time limit, but I've seen those 300, 400-something episode Final Fantasy X Let's Plays. Time loop was severed at last! The endless struggle that raged over 2,000 years had ended, and peace prevailed once more. Once again, nice artwork in the background there. I like it. The light of the 4 crystals restored the forces of wind, water, earth, and fire. It was a mere trick of fate that had given rise to the chain of Garland's wrath. But magnified by the 4 forces meant to guide our world, that trick of fate had also gave birth to the fiends. Monsters ran rampant and the world sank into darkness. We're just recapping the introduction to the story, are we? But all of that is now past. With the 4 forces flowing as they were meant, the warriors prepared to cross time and return to the world they knew, a world where Princess Sarah, Queen Jane, and even Garland himself await. When was this fateful day that sent time spiraling into a loop? None can say. It seemed the cycle into which time had fallen would last forever. But the bravery of 4 young travelers changed that. They took the forces that filled the world with darkness and used them to... Oh, text, you're barely scrolling too slowly. And used them to bathe the world in light. None will ever recall the struggle the 4 endured, for the breaking of the chain means that it never existed. I warned you about messing with the space-time continuum, didn't I? Because when you do that, things like this tend to happen. The thought experiments regarding time travel and time loops and that sort of thing, honestly, are... Once you get past the silliness of the whole thing and the whole sci-fi dramaticism, it's rather fascinating. But within the tales of fantasy that people tell, the memory of their deeds live on. There's a handful, I believe, Minute Physics did basically a summary of all the major time loop strategies in fiction. Tales of dwarves and elves, of dragons and shining civilizations that reached for the heavens even as they fell. If I remember, I will try to dig up that video and link it in the description or something. It's fun stuff. Some hold up to scrutiny better than others. And now their return is upon us, with the memory of their struggle buried deep in their hearts. They will quietly watch over our world. How long is this end text crawl gonna last? This is pretty long. Remember always that the forces of the world must be used as they were intended, that the power of light must never be used for dark, and that the true crystals reside in your heart. How nice. And they all lived happily ever after. Even Garland. For you are the warrior who crossed time. You are the bringer of light. I am not the best at dramatic, voice finishes, am I? Anyway, that's Final Fantasy. I have officially finished a Final Fantasy game for the first time in my life. Hopefully will not be the last. And now we've reached the credits. Alright. And the credits is accompanied by a slideshow of all the places we visited over the course of our adventure. I almost said that's fun again. That's really nice, though. I like it when games do that. I prefer it to when there's just a text crawl. This has been a long time in the making, and there's a part of me that, can't believe this is actually done, and for what it's worth, it's kind of not. I do have to edit the last several videos, because, I'm not looking forward to that. It's gonna take almost as long as, recording them to begin with. If not longer. Definitely going to try and stick to what I had initially planned to do all those years ago and play all the numbered Final Fantasies in order. I have in my possession, in some form or another, on some console, on some platform, the first 10, as well as 12 and the first Final Fantasy 13. It gets really weird when you try to describe some of the later ones. Final Fantasy 16, as it happens, just came out, and it seems to be going over rather well. I remember 15 saw at least at first, a rather lukewarm reception. 16 seems to be going over pretty well so far. And if I'm still alive by the time I get that far in the Final Fantasy series, I will gladly play that one as well. I've had a few people ask me if I was planning on doing 11 and 14, those being the MMOs. 11, almost certainly not. 14, I'm not planning on it. Although I could be persuaded because I've heard that the story is rather good. But I've never been able to stick to MMOs for more than just, like, a few hours, unfortunately. So, not sure if we'll do that one. Final Fantasy II would obviously be up next. Not gonna play that one immediately after this. I think I need a break from this for a little bit. I do have my next one planned, which hopefully won't be too long after this one. Hopefully there will be fewer delays in the next game that I have planned on playing. After that, I'm not sure. There's a few things I could do. I could immediately go to Final Fantasy II after the next game, or I could do something else and put it off for a little while. Hopefully not like another few years. There's definitely a handful of other games that I'd like to play, but we'll see what I'm feeling like in the next few weeks, months, however long it ends up taking. So, this has been Final Fantasy I. Some other things I'd like to do. I saw something that said music player on the title screen if I hit the R button. Okay. So, it is literally a music player. This is something that you usually think of as being like a modern feature in games. But I see that all the way back in, what, 2003? The Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls collection also had something like this. That's nice. We've even got a little, like, beatmap thing going on the bottom. I will not listen to any of the music in Final Fantasy 2, by the way, because musical spoilers. Build that bridge. Not Battle of the Bridge. That's a Final Fantasy V thing, I think. I think that's about as far as I got in Final Fantasy V before I, like, put it down and never went back to it. Hopefully that'll change in a few years. I also wanted to see, there's a bestiary. Oh, you know what? If this is something that fills in over time... Oh no, this just lets me view the state of the bestiary in... Alright. In any given save file. Oh, Astos 1, that's a boss. That was the elf boss, I think. Are there any enemies that I haven't seen yet? Because, just random encounter-wise, like, I'm sure that there's one or two somewhere in the game, but random encounter-wise... So, a lot of random encounters. Okay, so 103 is the first enemy that I haven't seen, whatever that happens to be. 114 I also haven't seen. And then there's a couple down here, but for the most part it seems... Oh, you know what? Down here, I know that there's a bunch of, like, optional bosses in the Chaos Shrine areas, and I have a feeling that's what these are down here. I think, unless I'm much mistaken, they're actually bosses that are from future Final Fantasy games that they put in as bonus bosses in the Dawn of Souls remake. But I've, probably... Oh, 75% clear. I was gonna guess, like, 85%, but 75%. Given all the empty space at the bottom, yeah, I can see that. Cool. But I think that's gonna do it for me for now. My name is Dragonite. This has been Final Fantasy I. I hope you all enjoyed that. And I will see you all later.